Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely dismantle the societal myths we all hold about confidence, and we're going to do it using hard research. Most of us are literally never taught the subtle behaviors that build real, lasting confidence. But today, we're changing that by looking directly at the data. Okay, let's dive right into this frankly startling statistic. 71% of CEOs suffer from imposter syndrome. I mean, think about that for a second. The most powerful people in the world, the ones sitting in boardrooms making billion-dollar decisions, secretly feel like complete frauds. It really tells us that almost everything we culturally assume about confidence is totally backward.
So, to fix this backward understanding, we're going to journey inward through 5 crucial steps: the confidence illusion, the 3 rings of confidence, how action shapes identity, why rehearsal absolutely beats faking it, and finally, the surprising power of quiet self-compassion.
All right, Section 1, the confidence illusion, or how we're basically fooled by ignorance. We are systematically tricked by what confidence actually looks like. Take the Dunning-Kruger effect, famously observed at Cornell University. There's this really dangerous contradiction here. True experts, the ones who have done the work and climbed the mountain of knowledge, dramatically underestimate their ability. But meanwhile, people with limited knowledge inflate like a balloon, massively overestimating what they can do. Because they're blissfully unaware of their own incompetence, their sheer ignorance it just feels like confidence to the rest of us. Now, what's genuinely wild about this, and this is based on UC Berkeley research, is how society actually enables this behavior. When an incompetent person bluffs, the room naturally rewards them with higher status. But here's the absolute kicker. Even after the group discovers the bluff, that higher status remains completely intact. The room just continuously rewards the illusion. Crazy, right?
Moving on to Section 2, 3 rings of confidence, finding the right kind.
So, if faking it eventually collapses, what does real confidence actually look like? Think of it like a 3-ring bullseye. See, most people think you're either born with confidence or you fake it, and both of those ideas are wrong. On the outer ring, you have rented confidence. This is your posture, your voice projection, dominating a room. In the middle, you've got earned confidence, which is domain-specific. Like a surgeon might be incredibly confident in the OR, but totally terrified to deliver bad news. It's real, but it's local. And finally, right at the center is owned confidence. Let's compare those extremes to really understand that inner core. Rented confidence on the outside entirely reacts to the room's energy. Politicians use this all the time. They shift whenever the room shifts. It's like a rental car. It works for a while, but eventually you have to hand the keys back. Owned confidence, on the other hand, doesn't need applause. It's your internal, unshakable capacity to keep functioning exactly when things don't work out.
Which brings us to Section 3, action shapes identity. You have to act to build confidence.
So how do we actually get to that inner core? Well, you don't feel confident first and then act. Science and history absolutely prove you must act first. Take Sarah Blakely, the founder of the billion-dollar brand Spanx. When she was growing up, her dad didn't ask what she achieved at dinner. He asked, "What did you fail at today?" And if she had nothing, he was actually disappointed. Later in life, she spent years literally crying in her car after getting rejected, selling fax machines door to door. But she kept knocking. She was actively training her nervous system to handle failure. And that relentless action is exactly what built her core confidence. All right, so here are 3 highly actionable steps you can take this week for each of those rings. For your outer, rented ring, right before a hard conversation, simply stand tall and breathe deeply for 15 seconds. Simple enough. For the middle, earned ring, go learn one specific skill to fill a gap. Terrified of corporate finance? Study it until it becomes a strength. And for your inner, owned ring, the very next time you face a rejection, physically write down, "My actions failed. I didn't fail." Because you are not your mistakes.
All right, Section 4, rehearsal over faking it. Why you need to control the rehearsal.
So instead of just faking it, what should you do before a high-stakes moment? Use what's called the sound check strategy. Think about it. Every major rock band does a daily sound check, even if they've been playing the exact same stage for weeks. You can do this mentally. Before a big meeting, picture the room. Plan out exactly what your first 3 minutes are going to look like. Give yourself simple, calming instructions right there in the elevator. You can't control the actual show, but you absolutely can control your rehearsal. Basically, this means we need to totally abandon that old cliche, fake it till you make it, and embrace the reality, act till you become it. Faking implies you're pretending. Rehearsal means you are simply practicing the behavior before the moment arrives, before it feels natural.
Change the behavior first, and your self-perception will naturally catch up.
And finally, Section 5, Quiet Power and Self-Compassion. Why self-compassion actually wins.
Now, what if you're an introvert? What if loud, aggressive confidence just isn't your natural style? Check out this incredible number, 11. Researcher Jim Collins spent 5 years studying over 1,400 large companies to find the ones that transitioned from good to great. Only 11 made the cut. And the defining factor? Every single one of them was led by a level 5 leader, someone characterized by extreme personal humility and fierce professional will. The quietest leaders were actually the ones winning the most.
And adding to this surprising twist, a study out of MIT Sloan found something that should instantly make you feel better. Employees with the most frequent imposter thoughts actually receive the highest performance reviews. I mean, the people who felt the least confident were performing the best. So your self-doubt isn't destroying your performance. Ironically, it's actually driving it. So how do we maintain this top-tier performance without completely burning out? Researchers like Kristen Neff discovered that self-compassion is genuinely the single most powerful source of durable confidence. If your confidence depends entirely on outcomes, well, you're just building a castle on sand. But people who treat themselves with less harshness, they can take on much harder challenges with way less fear. So your action item here, when you fail, write a forgiving letter to yourself, exactly the way you would to your best friend if they were going through the exact same trouble. Real confidence isn't about towering over others or projecting invincibility. It's moving through life with a quiet, persistent strength. Think of water. Nothing looks softer, right? But if you stand at the edge of the Grand Canyon, you are looking at undeniable proof that over time, water can cut through solid rock. That is what true owned confidence is. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really provocative thought to challenge everything you assumed about your own self-doubt. If your imposter syndrome is actually the exact mechanism driving your success, what small, bold risk will you rehearse and take tomorrow? Don't take a massive, reckless leap. Just, have that tough conversation or speak up with that idea you've been holding back. Rehearse it, act on it, and watch your core confidence grow. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the architecture of true confidence.